Lorraine.
How are you doing?
I am good. Like, I am so good. I'm great. I'm,
I
this is
was
never,
actually on time, but I just said,
yeah.
you know what? He's probably expecting me to be a little bit late, like a diva. So I said, I'm gonna take my time.
And I was actually panicking. Like, I was like, what if she forgot? Like, she's busy, obviously.
Oh
So what if
God,
she.
no way, no way. There's things I forget, This is not one of them. I was just like,
So how are
let's just for once be a diva.
you know, be late
How you
and
doing?
get away with it? I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm welcome.
And before I forget, I wanted to ask you because I saw one of your pictures, and I don't know if you remember, months back, you wrote that you wanted to buy this particular chair because it reminded you of Botswana, like the colors. And I saw that you bought it. You are
Yeah,
so
my
crazy.
DW chair.
I saw
I
that you bought
know.
it. You are so crazy. Like, I thought it was like a sort of a joke.
I bought it, and a friend of mine actually saw it, and he's from Malawi, and was like, "Oh my God, I love that chair. Where can I buy it?" And he bought it, and then I told him after, "Do you actually realize I bought this because of Botswana colors?" And he was like, "Hey, do they have Malawian ones?" I'm like, "I don't know." So now he has a
And maybe
Botswana chair as well.
and maybe the perfect person to start doing those chairs would be you,
I
I
know,
feel.
I need to start saying
Yeah.
that.
As well as the cushions.
Just a couple of days ago, actually, I saw a pair of leggings that are just exactly like that chair. So I'm getting those leggings. So I'm just gonna be so lit, wearing my leggings on that chair. It's gonna be a total mess.
You don't even have to be homesick. If you have the leggings and the chair, like, you are sorted.
I know.
So thank you once again for agreeing to do this interview with me. Thank you. This is like, you made my entire year, my entire lifehood.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. Thank you for
So
having me.
let's-
I do a lot of like Insta Live, so this is kind of new to me. So I think
and it's good. I know you keep saying you're technologically challenged, so this is good. You are learning a few things.
that's very true. I'm a bit of a dinosaur when it comes to technology.
But that's a bit surprising since you where you live right now, it's so advanced. The technology is like, so I'm just wondering, Lorraine, what's going on when people are learning technology and all that? Where are you?
You know what? And I think at the moment it's not even geographical anymore. Technology is everywhere. Like sometimes
Yeah.
you go live on Facebook and somebody will be like, "Yeah, you go mad to Budikwani," or you go along with Tracy and things. So it's everywhere.
Yeah, true. It's everywhere, really. Okay, hi guys. Thank you for joining in. We are here to interview Lorraine Lionheart. Let's start. Now, I'm gonna ask you like a career question. Why did you start? When did you start pursuing music as a career?
When did I start? Okay, the thing is with me, I'm a very decisive person. Like I never do stuff like, okay, I'm just gonna try and see how this goes. I make the decision and I just go for it. So for me, I made a decision to like start becoming a professional artist on the 22nd of May 2012. It's that precise.
I can't believe you remember it.
I can even tell you what time it was. It was 23 minutes past 11 in the morning.
You are so crazy.
So it was
Nobody like you.
So that's when I decided, this is it. I'm taking this lane now.
Wow.
Mhm.
And when I was when I was a few years ago, Toma used to play a lot. I mean, no, not Toma, sorry. Solomon used to play a lot.
Solomon,
And
yeah.
on the radio, yeah, on the radios and everything. And I didn't know who this beautiful voice belonged to. I didn't know up until I saw you on Facebook. I was like, what? Where has Lorraine Lionheart been? Like, I've been trying to look for a musician like her. Where has she been? So it was then when I discovered you that I was like, this is the one. This is the one person that I click with.
Yeah, so it's actually one of the first songs that I wrote when I decided to come and start releasing music. So Solomon, and the thing is, I love Solomon. One of the reasons I like it is because of the Teutonic humor in it. You know, I find that like most of the time when I'm homesick, one of the things that I really miss about Botswana is just our jokes. You know?
Every day.
So Solomon has all that, you know, cut again, and all that kind of thing. Yeah, you know, make me chew trees by trees, so I guess that's how you say it in season, right?
Yeah. Now I'm gonna ask you a little bit of a personal question
Mhm.
that most people in here want to know. So
Okay.
who is, I'm just gonna hit you. So who is Lorraine Lionheart's crush? Who's your crush and why? Why that person?
My crush is dead though.
Why?
You know, I'm telling you. My number one crush is Thomas Sankara. And you know, unfortunately he's late, you know. But yeah,
Oh.
you know, every time I think of who would be my crush, you know, that's the first person that comes to my mind. Thomas Sankara. And yeah, I'm still looking for my own Thomas Sankara. You know,
And, you know,
the
I have a feeling you might find him in Nigeria. You know, just say.
I don't know. I think I could find him anywhere really, you know.
Okay.
Country in Africa, I'm down for it, you know.
So he's African. That's for sure. Oh,
First
she.
preference. It's the first
Okay.
preference, yes.
I mean, you wouldn't be Lorraine Lionheart.
I don't want to tie myself up, you know, and say, oh, only African. In case no African wants me.
What?
Then I turn around. Then I turn around to other continents like, hey. They'll be like, no.
No, but and they're like, no, you didn't want us, so go
So
back.
I'm just gonna say my first preference is African, but if I don't find them, nah, I'm good with American and everything else.
Else. And Chinese and all that. So my second,
yeah. Their food is great, you know.
really.
Their food is lovely, so hey, why not?
Oh, I asked you if you were saying the Chinese food is great, and I was asking if you had frogs and cats and dogs.
Hey, you know what? I'm from the Kalahari. You know, we often eat meat where we don't know where it comes from. You know, like I grew up just eating
I had
meat,
a
and you don't question where it comes from.
I had a feeling this was gonna be your answer. Who's your inspiration? Who inspires?
Wow, my inspiration. I don't know. I don't really have like a specific person that like inspires me in general. It depends on inspiration regarding what. Whether it's like my career or my life or you know.
Let me say your life, because that I think that would be a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, I think when it's my life, it's probably my ancestors, to be honest. Because I kind of feel like, you know what, they're not here, so in a way they kind of inspire me to live my life to the fullest, knowing that, you know, I can do it. So, you know, so when it's this
That's very
life,
true.
I'm inspired by wanting to live my life to the fullest, you know, and not taking anything for granted. Thank you.
That makes a lot of sense.
Wow,
And you know,
I
speaking,
don't think you can hear me clearly.
I can hear you clearly. Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay, cool.
Okay. So my other question is, you know, speaking of ancestors and all that, I know that you love the Bushmen a lot. You do that a lot. So, have you ever considered featuring them in a song?
Well, okay, the first thing I'm gonna like to do is
Yeah.
like over the years, I've been educating myself a lot about indigenous people, even though like formally educating myself about indigenous people and so forth. So one of the most important things that I would like us to do through this interview is not to call them the Bushmen because
Oh, I'm sorry.
no, no, don't apologize to me. It's something that I think is important for me to keep telling people because I know it comes from an innocent place because a lot of people just say the Bushman or Basara or whatnot. But I think just for this interview, I'd like
Yeah,
to stick with saying the San.
that's
So
it. Okay.
San indigenous people. Yes, I do love them, but when it comes to music, like their music is already in my music. All the chants and whatnot that I do, the spirit cries that I do in some of my songs, it's influenced by their music. But when it comes to like collaborating, doing a collaborative project with them, that's something that I plan to do in the very near future. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's great.
definitely
I
something that
can't wait.
I do.
I can't wait. And you just educated me. Like, okay, so from now on, when I post about them, I always write the Bushman, and I feel like, wow, I'm so illiterate. So it's a fan.
No, no, no. A lot of people do, and like I said, I know it's not coming from a bad place, but it's also important to understand that a lot of indigenous people in Botswana do not like to be called the Bushman because it has like a very derogative undertone to it. You know what I mean? Because this
Makes
is
yeah,
the thing.
makes a lot of
People
sense.
think, if somebody's from the bush, it kind of just automatically makes that person uneducated, uncivilized, undeveloped, and all that kind of. So it carries like a very negative message. And in Botswana, you can actually insult somebody by calling them a bushman. Like, hey, when I'm a
Yeah.
Sawa, type of thing, which is so bad. And then, just like the same as how we were called black, just as a black community, we were called black. And then we started to own it and say black is beautiful. We
Yeah.
own that identity, and now it's beautiful. So I tend to do the same, with when people growing up hearing people call me, hey, you bush girl, and that kind of thing. And then when I grew up, I was like, you know what? I'm a bush girl, all right. I'm gonna own it. And
And
now
you're
I'm
gonna
gonna
rock it.
on this hashtag bush girl. Like you can't insult me by calling me a bush girl because I already own that shit. You know what I mean?
It's your title.
Yeah, but again, that's like a personal choice of mine.
Yeah.
So, but when it comes to other people, I prefer to refer to them as the fan. So yeah.
Okay.
But for the music,
Yeah.
definitely, I will do music featuring San musicians very very soon.
I cannot wait to hear that. I'm
Yeah,
crazy about the scent as well, so I cannot wait to hear that. So let's
it'll be
switch things.
good.
Yeah. You were saying?
I said it'll be very good. It'll be very good.
I know
And
you. I trust you.
Grammy album.
I trust you. I know you deliver. So to switch things up a little bit, I'm gonna ask you about the gender ratio you recently posted about your followers. You having 91% men and 8%, I mean 9% women. How does that happen? Like, how did you do that? I know you didn't do that, but how did you do that?
It's not something that I did. I was just a shock of like, wait a minute, I was
What's
like,
going on?
did I do something?
What it,
Bro, because usually all the bad stuff that I've done, I remember all of it, but I couldn't remember what did I do so bad that,
so bad?
but
Yeah,
at the same time, you know what? I love men, so I think men are really fascinating, and they inspire me in so many ways. So I'm happy to be connected with them. I'm having
yeah.
fun.
You're having the time of your life.
I'm living my best life.
And I'm sure the DMs are flooding, like it's a whole pile. How then do you manage that? And
I
obviously
think
the content we obviously know some of the content of those messages are I don't know how to put it.
it's so graphic and whatnot. The thing I used to think to myself, are these from like people who are drunk or high or whatever? But I realized no, these people are actually just sober and just keeping it real.
Real, yeah. That's saying that piece.
No, in general, I think I am so inspired, sometimes by just men in general, because the thing is with us women, sometimes like say if I fancy a guy,
Yeah,
it would take so much for me to just approach this person. I'll start calculating so many things. And sometimes you can even think, oh, maybe he's a bit out of my league, that type of thing. Men don't
true.
think about shit like that.
They just dive in. We come in full force.
No, they just say it. They don't even think about their own situation. Like, well, I'm married. No, they're like, okay, I know I'm married, but I'm just gonna shoot my shot. You know, let's see if this one likes married men. Like, please.
If she prefers married men.
But
Yeah,
as much as it's a little bit wrong sometimes, but sometimes it inspires me. Like, you know what? When you want something, just go for it. You know, so like undermining yourself and thinking, "Ooh, am I good enough for this and that?" Just go for it. Like that thing.
you know, what's so crazy? How you managed to change that whole situation into a whole positive situation. Like something must be
Yeah.
wrong with you, Lorraine. Like, where did you think of that? I mean, some people wouldn't even see the positive in that or learn something from that, but you you learn how.
No, I do. But you know what? I don't only just learn. Sometimes when I see like a situation or something occur in my life, I'm always
Yeah.
kind of inspired to start a business.
What?
I've been reading this DMs, yeah,
Yeah.
and some of these guys are so lame, and I'm thinking I should start like an online course where I teach men how to talk to women, because this the stuff they say is just ridiculous. And I'm just reading the message and thinking to myself, dude, if you send this message to 10 women, none of them is going to reply, you know? So I need to like start a business where I teach men, this is how you write, this is how you like shoot your shot, Don't just dive in.
There's a strategy to it.
I'm telling you. So yeah,
But
I mean,
I believe that that's never been done before. So I believe that would be a great business.
I know, and you know what? It's a good one for me because I remember I have 91%.
Yeah,
The client.
you have the buyers, you have the clients. Oh my God.
Yeah, so yeah, I gotta make some money.
You're gonna make lots and lots of money. So to switch things a little bit to now your personal life. Um
Hey, I beg.
Wait, but this is not a bad thing. This is like actually a great question. So wait for it.
Okay.
So you have an incredibly gifted son, who is a rapper. He's amazing. I've listened to his music, LRG, Little Rap God, and I have his music. He's gifted. He's amazing. I've seen his music videos. He is brilliant. Like he's brilliant like that. So I want to know how is it for you raising a son who is a musician when you are a musician yourself? And did you always see music in him?
No, I never actually thought he was gonna be interested in music. Like, obviously, when he was born, there was always music around him, and
Yeah.
I go to shows, and he'll be there with me at festivals and stuff. But it never really crossed my mind that he might become interested in music. And it's not something that I kind of dreamt of or desired in any way either. So I never really thought, oh, I hope my son becomes a musician. I'm not really one of those parents, who kind of want to make their kids an extension of themselves. or
Yeah, yeah.
okay, because I didn't do this, my kid should take over and do that. Because I just feel like, he's his own person, and I I still have my whole life to just achieve the things that I
To
want
do
to achieve.
everything that you wanted.
Exactly. So
Which
I don't really need him to achieve them for me. So I never really connected him to music in any way. And yeah, we just literally woke up one day, and he must have been, I think, 8 or 9. And I just asked him, what he wanted for his birthday. And he was like, oh, I'd love to record a song. I'm like,
uh,
you want to
oh,
do it?
that is
Yeah.
so cute.
Ever since,
That's I mean, the ancestors were talking to him. Clearly, the ancestors communicated.
so it's in his DNA. But now he wants to become my manager.
He wants to become a music manager.
Yeah, he says, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you.
he wants to become my manager now. So I don't know quite how that's gonna work. If he becomes manager,
When so you have to wait him to grow older, or is he ready like for employment?
I told him that no. You have to wait. Not even about employment. You have to wait at least to be 21 to become my manager, because the kind of DMs you'll be getting,
They are not for him.
yeah, I was like, that's a lot, you know.
Uh, His head would explode. So I see why you're protecting the child.
Yeah. It was like,
And speaking of your son, I want to ask you. Now, I know that you decided to pursue your biggest dream of becoming a musician because you wanted to set an example for him to also do the same and follow his dreams. So, is it safe to assume that your son is your biggest inspiration?
I think I would say motivation. He motivates me because I kind of feel like, I didn't want to be in a situation where I'm going to be teaching him like, hey, you must follow your dreams and stuff, while I didn't follow mine. So I think he's learning through watching me follow my own dreams, what following a passion is about, and learning that it's not like, oh, roses and chocolates, you know what I mean? It's also like outgoing, it's stressful and everything. So I even hide a lot of the stresses, and everything, the challenges in the industry. I don't hide them from him. I want him to see everything, so that in the future, whether he does music or whatever, he just knows that for you to achieve something, you really have to be prepared to take all of that and work hard. So yeah, so he motivates me. So I can't quit, because if I quit, that means he's gonna start something and
Bad
quit.
example.
I can't quit because I know who's watching. So yeah,
is-
he's definitely my biggest motivation.
And I don't know if a lot of people know this, but now personally I know, and even from listening to you right now, you have a lot of wisdom in you. Like for somebody who says a lot of crap and all that, all the crazy stuff, you have a lot of wisdom in you. And I don't know, do a lot of people know that you have this side where you are really wise? Like you would write a whole paragraph giving advice, and the advice would be so good. Like, do people know you, the real you?
No, but you know what? Because the real me, just my normal self, is actually quiet. You won't believe this. Like when I'm in like a group situation or social situation, I'm usually the observer. So I sit and just watch people and listen and whatnot. And I
What?
don't like when I'm in a group situation, I don't want
Yeah.
like holding the attention and the limelight. I just feel like, I'll get my attention in Instagram. Or also, let other people do their thing, shine and whatnot. So I think people
In
don't
the house.
really know about me personally, how I talk and the things I say, because usually I'm the quiet one in the crowd.
So yeah. And that's like rain quiet. Like I can't imagine that. Like it's
I think
crazy.
that's why, like Instagram or Facebook, I don't shut up, because this is my chance now.
Yeah, this is your time to shine.
Yeah, this is my time to talk and non-stop. You know.
So, still speaking about your music, and your career as a musician. You have sang in a lot of African languages, a lot of them, like a lot. Like I remember when I was going through your album, and I was like I can't even learn, French or any of that. I can't. How does Lorraine like learn all these languages? Like, so I want to know the process behind it. Like, does the language choose you, like, or do you choose the language?
Talking about French is the only language that I absolutely hate singing in. I don't even want to say this because I almost feel like I have to be like politically correct and say, oh yeah, all languages are whatever. Yes, French is sexy, but singing it is a pain in my ass,
It's no child's play.
So I did a bit of French in Chechekule. I don't know if
Yeah.
you know Chechekule.
I love Chichikule. Like it has that vibe. You stand up and you start dancing. Like when Chichikule plays, you.
As well, right? Vibe as well. So yeah, I did a bit of French in there, and honestly, it was like one of the most stressful recordings I've ever done. I was like, I'm not doing a in French,
You learned your lesson.
I learned my lesson. Now I'm just gonna stick to African languages,
No more French.
I don't know. It's not really like so much choosing languages. I just want to explore Africa, our culture, our history, our identity. So I just enjoy the journey of just exploring Africa, and the languages just happen to give me that tool, that vehicle that helps me, travel across Africa. So yeah, I really enjoy doing it. But I need to actually start learning some of these languages because I don't actually speak them. I just sing in them. But yeah, and I find it quite cool as well when you're traveling to some of these countries and you learn a bit of their language, and they appreciate it. I mean, as much as when you're in Botswana and you hear somebody from another country, you just say Dumela Ma, Dumela Ra. You feel good. It feels good.
It actually, speaking of that, you know what happened when I was in the UK? And I was with my cousin, and we walked into the store, and there was this lion, and we were talking about the two people who were in front of us, and mind you, they're white, so we just thought that they don't know Setswana. Obviously, I mean, we are far away from Botswana. And then the lady turns and she's like, Dumela Ma, Dumela Ra. She's white, like she's white, and I was shocked, and I was like, but the good thing is that we didn't say anything bad, but I was like shocked. I was like, what?
Yeah.
How?
You'll be surprised, I've had like a similar experience here in the UK.
Yeah.
Where I was in a supermarket, but it wasn't actually in a nice way. So I'm in the supermarket. I'm just minding my own business, shopping, right?
Yeah.
Two women there, right? And
yeah.
They're talking in Setswana, and basically just saying, "Hey, man, I did a marajo this day."
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
And I was just trying so hard not to laugh, And I'm just like, I'm just gonna hang around this women, let them talk. Sorry, you, So I just finished my shopping, and I just said to them, I think after I said Jumela, it didn't register straight away for it. What? I think it was when I was walking away. That's when it clicked on shit.
She's getting us all along.
I was like, oh, wow. Okay.
But that's like a crazy experience.
I know. I said,
talking about
never believe this, Hey,
and I'm wondering, why would they like assume you're Nigerian? You don't look Nigerian.
I don't know.
Because
I could be. maybe it could be like, this African print fabrics and whatnot.
Yeah,
Because,
you wear them a lot.
they're not so much, well, now they are, but they never really used to be that common or popular in Botswana. But we used to see like other people from other African countries, wearing a lot of this thing and whatnot. So I think they kind of see me wearing all this kind of stuff and they assume I'm from other African countries. So yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, moving on. Switching to another personal question. We're moving from your career.
Okay.
So we want to know: is there a Mr. is there Mr. Lionheart? Is there like a Koma, Solomon, maybe Femi? What's happening?
Hey, I've given up. Unfortunately, there's none. But you know what? There was a time where I used to kind of wish, wishing I wish I could find someone and blah blah blah. But I wonder, I don't know. Recently, I think in the past like 12 months, I've just been doing quite a lot of introspection, like just and I don't really have that desire anymore. Like I feel like if the person comes along, it'll be good. It'll be nice. I'm not gonna reject it. It's not like, oh, I don't want love. If the person doesn't show up, I'm good. There's so much of life out there, and I feel like I'll still like live a happy life, a fulfilled life, and achieve the things that I want and stuff like that. So
focus on you.
I don't need a relationship. It'll be nice to have one, but like I'm quite happy without one at the moment.
Yeah.
So
and plus, like you're in a relationship with your friends, so.
Yeah, I know. I've got so much love with my fans and everything. Like it's hard, And I was thinking lately, like, shit, the way I get like marriage proposals almost every day on my DM account. And then I just reject them. And I think, when the time comes and I feel like, oh, maybe I want to get married now, maybe that time there'll be no proposals. And God will just look at me and say, hey, you know what? I tried.
I tried. It's on you.
I gave you every opportunity.
I threw everyone your way.
But yeah.
Yeah. Back to your career. You are an independent artist. And for the years that I've known you to be an independent artist. I want to know, have you always been an independent artist? And what are the benefits, Because I know you don't like to dwell on the negatives. You don't see negatives. So obviously you're just gonna say the positives. So let me just what are the positives to being an independent artist? And have you always been an independent artist?
Well, I'll just tell you one of the negatives and then get that out of the way.
Okay.
One of the negatives is, all the stress related to your career. That's for you.
for you only.
So you own that stress. It belongs to you. You have copyright and all. So that's the you don't get to share with other people. That's the negative. But the positive is also you own your stuff. You know what I mean? And you have that creative freedom. Because sometimes when you're like signed to a label, they tell you who you're supposed to be as an artist and how it's supposed to all go because they're invested in your art. You know what I mean? But as an independent, I have that freedom to just think, okay, let me do Ponyo Moto. If I was with a record label, somebody would have had something to say like, "Are you sure?"
Are you sure?
But I don't have to think about stuff like that as an independent artist. I just go for whatever comes from me. And but I do actually have my own record company. So I'm basically signed under my own label.
Yeah. Let's talk about what is the name?
In the future, maybe I'll have other artists joining me, but just for now, I'm focused on building my own career.
Okay, can you repeat the name again?
22 Records.
22 Records. Go and follow 22 Records because it released a chocolate, the tasty chocolate, like the really tasty chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean to ask negative questions now. But you, I mean, really, the pandemic has affected the world, and life as we know it has changed. So I want to know that what can you take out of it? Even though life as we know it has changed, but what can you take out of this whole pandemic situation?
Wow, I think you know what. There's a lot of positives actually to take from the pandemic.
Yeah.
Oh wow, somebody just actually just followed 22 records right now. As we
Honestly,
speaking. Thank you to me.
it's
You might
young
be
thing.
on this line. But yeah,
Oh, it's to me.
the video again. Okay, there you
Oh.
are. You're back. So yeah, basically, the pandemic for me was like just a time to like connect. Like people are more supportive of one another. We're more connected. We're more like the whole world is becoming a community. And then some of the issues that previously they were there but not really addressed or confronted in some way, the pandemic forced us to like address certain things, about just how we live and how we relate to one another as human beings. So yeah, I think there's quite a lot that came from it. The only thing is everybody's broke, but
Yeah,
at the same time, it also taught us that money is not everything. You know what I mean? Like we learned that it's not all about money. There's more to life, But yeah,
true. And we also learned that spending time at home is good for you, and staying away from alcohol, there's no problem. Nobody died because they stayed away from alcohol. So
drink cranberry juice. Speak for yourself here.
So you say in wine glass. I never bought that.
I drink cranberry juice. I just pick the wine glass so I can look like you. I can fit it with you.
I still can't believe. I still don't trust you there. But I know that you're not.
Because I have like a couple of health issues that prevent me from drinking alcohol at the moment. So
A couple. That's a couple. Is it a?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, no, I was saying because I have a couple of health issues that prevent me from alcohol and stuff. So yeah, I it's not like I don't like alcohol. I don't mind alcohol, but for health reasons, at the moment I'm not drinking. So I just kind of take cranberry juice and remind myself, how nice it used to be to drink wine.
And so you just put yourself in the mood without necessarily to drink that.
Remember the good old days.
All right. So, I'm gonna ask you, where do you miss performing the most? But wait, before you answer, can I just guess the country?
I think you're gonna let me see. Go on.
I'm gonna say Nigeria. I'm gonna say, is it the fella? What's the name?
Celebration. What I miss performing the most, I just miss performing in general. To be honest,
Okay.
I used to.
You always know how to answer questions.
I know, because at the moment it's so difficult for artists to get gigs and stuff because everywhere is closed. But yeah, at the moment, even if I get a gig to go and perform at a funeral, I'm going.
Where the moolah is, you are going.
It's the funeral, anything. I'm just gonna do it.
So you recently released your very tasty album, Chocolate, right? So I want to know, what is your favorite song from the album? What's your favorite song? And also ask you, can you talk about Konyo Moto? How did you write such a crazy song?
Hey, don't call myself crazy. That is even creative.
That's like the craziest.
We don't call it creative.
Creative crazy. That's I don't know, somehow that song is just my favorite. I mean, I just laugh the entire time, but it's my favorite.
Yeah, we actually kind of just did upon your motto, and I just felt like something was missing, you know? Like we had like the male voices in it, but it just sounded serious. And then it
Mhm.
ripped it apart, and we decided now we need some comedy in this shit. And yeah, the guy who did the comedy part, yeah, he just went all the way out. He just went crazy with it.
He fooled me like I thought he was Nigerian.
No, 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 he's not Nigerian. But he doesn't actually want to be named. I don't know why. So I didn't even actually put like featuring, his name on his track. But
he
yeah,
does he doesn't want to be named, but he did it. He did where whoever he is, wherever he is, he did a fantastic job. Thank you so much once again. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this interview. You made my entire year. Like this is amazing.
you're most welcome.